also like to try this on, so. Now I will try to unbuckle this myself.
It's easier to take off, only 5 seconds.
Yes, very easy to take off this. So, are these used in, in medical scenarios? 就是它是否可以在，因为它是对这个腰部的力量会有一定的这个支撑嘛？就除了这个我们在这个搬运的这个场景下，它是否会在医疗场景有应用呢？
对，医疗场景的话，我们其实是用的是这种我们其实医疗场景的话，我们是需要在腿部上去装这种电机的那么它整体的一个环节的话，其实是能帮助我们在像这种被动行走的话，就是我们的下肢瘫痪患者可能把它固定在一个位置，那么他的下肢其实是没有肌力的那么我们帮助他做一个辅助行走的话，长此以往的话，就会给下肢瘫痪的患者一个肌力恢复。那么恢复到一个比如说有一定肌力的一个状态的话，我们就会给他一些助力。助力的话，就是我们的患者可以穿上它之后，通过拄拐杖去慢慢进行行走。那么再到下一个阶段，就变成了我们主动去使用它。对，这是我们目前的这个医疗，它的是做3个阶段的主要是前2个阶段是给患者去使用对。
Right. So now let's try this on to see whether this will help me lifting this over my head. Yeah. Right.
So all of this is adjustable. So fit for the different.
All right, I've already feel the extra strength it provided to my arm.
I can turn on one side for you, and you can feel the difference.
I already feel that it gives me a kind of a support, right? 它其实给了我这个手部的，就是这个肘部的一个支撑，有一个力量在支撑在这里。And this side doesn't have any support, so you can feel this. Yeah. So it also has different levels, right?
Yeah. It has 3 levels.
3 levels. So what's the so now we are having something that's 30 kilograms. So what's the biggest,
This one.
For this one, yeah.
It's not all that heavy because it's for position keeping. So it always for the car industry, they do like something over your head, and they use this to hold this precision for like 1 minute or 2 minutes.
Right. So this is 7.5.
You can feel the power.
Right.
And if I shut down the force for you, then you can feel it's very heavy.
So I really want our viewers to see this. So now it's without any support. It's actually a little bit hard to lift this.
More like supporting.
So my arm is right now completely doesn't use any strength. So this is now with support. I can already feel the energy, the strength that is supporting me here. Right. Thank you very much. You can feel the. It's quite amazing, and we are also it is right now currently being used in industries. 它现在有没有在一些具体的这个就是工业场景所使用的？就是我们的反馈大概怎么样？
我们现在有很多，比如说像这个，其实更多的是这种腰部的机型那么它在企业中其实 大多是这种 EHS 的部门，那么我们的安全生产部门给员工去培养这样的一种辅助的一个工具，那么能帮助他们更好的在这种重体力环节中去保护自己员工的一个健康。那么这其实对于企业来说，这是一种减少了他们一个隐形的一些损失，比如说针对如果这个工人工伤的话，会有一些这种相关的一些赔付啊或者之类的啊，那么也是保障员工更加安全生产的一种辅助工具吧。对对对。
All right, thank you very much. And maybe in the future we can expect this to be used in more scenarios, and we can actually see this equipment in our daily lives in the future. Just now, he told us that this can be used both in industries and also in medical situations. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now let's continue our show in the expo. So just now, as I was telling that this area is for different cities and provinces to showcase their products, and the expo consists of many other exhibitions. And now we are going to cross the hall to another hall that is display the brands and the latest products of state-owned enterprises. And as we know that state-owned enterprises, they often are presenting some of the leading technologies in some of the non-commercial areas. And in here they have a stage, and we are going to see that later on. They have a stage in here, so we are seeing some of the actors. They are backstage preparing for performances. So this stage is used for for presenting their new maybe products or maybe new services, and also presenting their new services for different companies or different cities or different provinces. And each day, dozens of those events will be held in stages like this. And now we are going to another hall. Just now I was telling our audience that we are going to take you around to some of the exhibitions brought by state-owned companies. And also this year, apart from different exhibitions from different companies, the expo also has a special exhibition this year presenting innovation products. And over the year, and in this, we are now very near to the show, and also we see there they have a live streaming studio that is brought by CMG Shanghai headquarters and also CCTV.com to also have live streaming to bring different companies for interviews or for online shows. And over the years, because the China Brand Day was initiated in 2017, and actually it can be traced to 2014. That is the year when Chinese president urged the transformation from Chinese products to Chinese brands. And 3 years later, in 2017, the China Brand Day was initiated and aims to bring high-quality products. And over the years, we can really see that more and more Chinese brands are being known by more people around the world. For example, that more Fortune 500 companies are from China. And this year they are, so this area is an exhibition for the achievements of brand construction in the past year. So we are going to take you to a quick look of the exhibition here. And there is a brand tree, we can call this, or tree of brands. So if you take a closer look at it, So they are displaying all the famous brands from China. And if you take a closer look at this, this is a screen. Actually, it's a screen, and it can be folded a little bit. It's a very, very thin. If you, I let my cameraman to take you to a look at the side. It's very thin, actually. So this is a brand tree. Also, I can call it the tree of technology. And over here, I was told this can be called a treasure of the expo, or in Chinese, 镇馆之宝. You can see there. So this is a 1 to 10 model of China's space station, and if you know that, because if you take the brand, the word is actually means more than that. It does not only mean that the brand of a product, but actually it also shapes the identity of groups or maybe even nations. And the China Space Station is definitely one of the most famous brands that can represent China. And especially last night, the Tianzhou 6 space aircraft was successfully launched, and this morning it was successfully docked with China's space station. So still, congratulations to China's space station and all the people working behind this. And China's space station has been completed at the end of 2022, and that was a very long journey because in 1992. China's manned space programs first initiated, and after 30 years, at the end of 2022, China's space station was finally completed. And this year, for China, they have over 50 launches in 2023. So another very important year for China's aerospace industry. So this is a very important exhibition of this year's China Brand Day. And now, let's go to this area. So we can see that they have a logo called Innovation Brand. So this is the area where they just chose like over 100 brands or products that they believe could represent the industry. So now we are going to take a look at this. And we see there many of the exhibitions and products. We probably saw them in the past 2 or 3 years. That is China's Y-20 aircraft. And for those viewers who just joined us, I believe just now I was telling at the beginning of our live streaming, I said the driverless truck. We are going to take you to see the driverless truck, and I believe it's somewhere here. Let's take a look at this. And now what we are seeing is, it seems like a larger drone, and I think this is something quite interesting. And let's go talk to the representatives here. Hello. Welcome to CGTN. So I've just touring our audience into this area, the innovation brand. I've seen something that's caught my attention. So this looks like a larger drone. 它就是跟我看起来，这个特别像一个大型的无人机。我对这个非常感兴趣，就是您能不能给我们介绍一下这个？首先，您给我们介绍一下这个，跟我们观众打个招呼。
Hello， 大家好。Hello everybody 。这是我们小鹏汇天所自主研发的旅行者 X2 飞行汽车。那这一台呢，是我们首次参加中国品牌日，而且很荣幸的代表广东地区呢，来参与这个创新100家的一个展区。
So this is their first time participating in the China Brand Day, and this, you call it a flying car, 飞行汽车, flying car, right? So that's something quite interesting. So tell us, how it's work. So is it working like a larger drone？ 就它的这个工作原理，因为看起来它的好像跟这个无人机好像有点像，它是不是跟无人机的这个原理还是差不多的呢？
其实不太一样的，就像我们如果扔纸飞机跟真的飞机，它的结构啊是完全不一样的，而且它的承重能力还有它的动力系统是完全都是不是一个量级的。
All right, so tell us something. You know, what are its achievements so far? Is it being used or have it conducted its test fly? 就是它现在到了什么样的阶段呢？就是它，比如说是我们有没有试飞，或者说我们还有多久能够期待它能够飞上天，能够载人呢？
目前我们这一台旅行者 X2呢，每天都在大量的试飞。我们需要把所有的最可靠的，还有最安全性的一个技术的部分做好严谨的测试之后，我们才会亮相到市面上。那这一台产品我们没有量产，我们真正量产的是下一代的飞行汽车，将会在2025年，它是一台能够开又能够飞的真正的飞行汽车，预计在2025年来进行量产。
All right, so they are conducting test flights basically every day for safety reasons, and but they are going to the next generation of flying cars. They are going to their target is for mass production in 2025. 在2025年的时候，我们希望能够量产。So can we take a closer look at this flying car? 我们现在呢要这个去车上去体验一下。So now we are having a closer look and of this flying car.
你屁股先坐进去，再转进去。
好 ，So now I'm going to. All right. So this is what the future will be like. So for cars, I can both drive it online and also fly it in the air. So who's the driver? who's the driver?
它是全部自动驾驶，不需要飞行员。
Okay, so it's automated driving mode. So tell us something about this. So where do I have to? 就是我这个从我们它既然是自动驾驶，我应该是 How do I initiate it？ 我怎么样启动它呢？
好，首先呢，我们这个叫做仪表盘，可以看到这边是速度、电量以及姿态的一个状态。然后呢，我们主要控制使用中间的这个屏幕，您可以点一下这个开始体验。
So now I will start here. Start.
然后你就可以选择目前我们在系统内的一个航线，然后呢点下去之后呢，可以再点下去。
So these are some of the
然后当飞机整个检查完毕之后呢，就会出现亮灯，就可以按起来，就会自动起飞了。
All right. So now obviously I cannot fly it in here. So 我肯定在这里还是起飞不了的。So this is just a simulated system. 这个那在这里呢，它只是一个模拟的这个程序。So in 2025, you are mass production for your next generation of products, right?
当然，未来我们可能也会搭载可以手动驾驶的一个功能。
Oh, sorry. Right. So when you getting off the car, you have to be really careful. So one more question about this. So when are we expecting, for ordinary people to really drive the car and fly it in the sky? So is it a reality or is just something like a fantasy? 它就是我们针对于未来的这个无人的飞行汽车，我们现在进展到一个什么样的程度？就是距我们真的可以去驾驶这一辆车，把它飞上天，还有多远的时间呢？
其实这个不会太久时间，因为各国、全世界还有中国，我们所有的政府都在研拟这样的一个低空的飞行的一个方式，所以我相信这个东西会未来在没有几年，在数年之内，一定很快可以看到实现的一个机会。
Right, and also we are also expecting this day to come as early as possible. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Song. Thank you for joining CGTN. And now, after this, we are going to see some other exhibitions here. And over there, I would like to take you, because that's the model. If you are familiar with Shanghai, you probably recognize that this is a model of Shanghai's Yangshan port. Well, Yangshan port is definitely very famous. It's the world's largest deep water port, and this is an automated terminal of Yangshan Port. And for more, I think I need to invite an expert on this. So for more, we are pleased to be joined by the representative of this this company. So first of all, please say hello to our audience and introduce a little bit about yourself.
I'm Chen Jiaying from CCCC Third Harbor Consultant Company. Hello, everyone.
Right, so just now I was telling our audience that this is a model of the automated terminal of Yangshan Port. So tell us something more about this. I know it's the world's largest automated terminal. So because your company is responsible for designing it and constructing it, so tell us how long it takes to construct this automated terminal, and what are some of the difficulties when you are building this?
Okay. Yangshan Port is divided into 4 phases, and as far as 1995, our CCCC Third Harbor Consultant Company has already taken part in the job of design and site selection of this project. And we finished this work in 2005. Now, 2005 finished phase 1, and we started this phase 4 at 2012, and after 5 years we finished this project.
Right, so it takes 5 years for phase 4 for this part we are seeing for the construction. So now we see the model is moving. So tell us about the process, because we know that each day a lot of TEU or 20-foot equivalents are being handled at the Yangshan Port. So tell us about the process, and each day how many TEUs are there to be handled?
Yes, if the model can be moved, can we turn on the model?
And now we are going to turn on the model to see how this automated terminal works to transfer all those TEUs.
Before the vessel come to the port, every container has already been arranged where it should be to go. When the vessel come, and the crane will take the container to the blue one. The blue one is the AGV car. We'll take it onto the AGV car. Then the AGV car will transit to the handover area. And at this place, the automatic crane will take the container from the AGV to the backyard. And some of them will be stored on the backyard, and some of them will be transported to the truck behind it. Mm-hmm. This is all the process.
And now I will let my cameraman to take there. So that is the blue car is the truck that will transfer the TEU from there, and we see the tracks on there, and we'll from there to this area. So just now John told us that when the vessel has arrived at the port, every TEU is already arranged. They know where they will be. So this is pretty amazing, since every day so many TEUs are being handled at the dock. So we also know that Yangshan Port is the world's largest deep water port in terms of the container throughput. So how many TEUs are being handled at the Yangshan Port each day? Do you have a rough number for this?
Yes, the 24-hour throughput can exceed to 26,000 TEU, and annual throughput of 2024 as the last year has already exceeded to 6.3 million TEU.
Yeah, and also Yangshan Port has been ranked the world's first in terms of its global container through. Yeah, yes, of course, and that is pretty amazing.
In the process of design and construction, there are also many difficulties, because we know the Yangshan Port is in the island far away from the continent, and we will facing the difficulty from the complicated marine environment, and we will face the problem from the high requirement of the automatic system.
Yeah, absolutely. And just now, because Yangshan Port is basically it's building out of nowhere, out of pure water. And now it's become the world's largest deep water port. So that's definitely something quite amazing. And I would like to ask our audience to see here, because this blue area represents the sea, represents the sea, and we know that why it is called deep water, because only if we have deep water port, the water's depth can reach certain levels. The larger vessels can be docked in here, and that is very important for China, for Shanghai to be a world's shipping center. So it is important to make this area clean and to make sure that the waterways is clean each year. But it also faces some threats, because we know that for Yangtze River, every year a lot of muds and sands will be washed down from upper stream, and now it's very important to clean those waterways. And next, I would like to invite Guo Mingyu. He is the manager from Shanghai Dredging Co. Limited.
Yeah.
And tell us something, because just days ago, I was on one of your dredgers. And I've learned something that's very important to maintain a golden waterway of Yangtze River. So tell us something about dredgers, why it is important for dredgers to conduct their work and make sure that the Yangtze River's waterway is clean.
Okay. So let's work and say. Yeah. Okay. We all know that the Yangtze River is right now the biggest waterway in the east of China, and I can see in the whole China. And there's hundreds and thousands of vessels cross the Yangtze River every day. So to make sure that all these vessels can navigation well and without the conflict, we need to provide the enough deeps and wide channel for them. And so dredging project is very important, because if we don't protect the waterways to the enough deeps, so the dredging may be conflict. And on the other side, I can say it's because the people's livelihood. The siltation on the water bodies will increase the risk of the floods, especially in the rainy season and storms. And the rainy season is coming. So
just now you mentioned there's a certain requirements about the depth of the deep water waterway. So what's the standard for the depth?
The standard usually at minus 14.5 meters. This is because right now the worldwide the largest navigation ships is about this depths. So usually the standard for the water depth is minus 14.5 meters. And we can see here is our business scope of our company.
Right now I would like first to give a brief introduction to our audience about the business scope of CCCC. The CCCC represents China Communications Construction Corporation. So this is basically China's largest, you can understand it as China's largest corporation in building large infrastructures. For example, a lot of railways, tunnels, and bridges, ports are built by this company. So continue.
Okay, and in the recent years, we pay more and more attention to these environmental projects and also the municipal projects, because this is it's a range of the worldwide, because the environmental requirements in the worldwide is more and more higher, and so we have to have enough equipment, such as we are build new LNG dredgers.
New LNG dredger, that's clean energy.
Yeah, clean energy. The traditional dredgers are used to diesels for the fuels, but LNG is clean energy, so we are looking forward to it. Can bring us some change and opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. And here, here is one of the dredgers. It's not the same dredger we were introducing the other day, but it's also one of the dredgers. So this is the dredger that is responsible for digging muds and sands in the waters, right?
Yeah, this is we call it cutter section dredgers, and the Xinhaihu 8 we introduced another day as like a hooper section dredger, and the biggest difference of them is cutter section dredger. We usually use it to construction the soil much harder, such as the hard clay and some medium coarse sand, because the working efficiency of the hooper dredger may be not so good. So cutter section is very good for these kind of projects.
Right. But so, what kind of dredgers do we have right now?
What kind of dredgers? Usually we have 3 construction dredgers. The first is the trailing hooper section dredgers. This is the Xinhaihu 8, and the second kind is the cutter section dredger like this Tianhehao, and the third is the grab dredger. Grab dredger is like we fixed excavator on the barrage, so that's very small, but it's good for some projects very near to the onshore or some harbor basin areas, because we can control it more clearly.
And the other day, we know because the summer is about to come, and we are expecting floods and a lot of rains will wash down those muds and sands. So how many dredgers are currently working at the estuary of the Yangtze River to ensure the smooth, safer way?
Right now, we have 3 hooper section dredgers in the Yangtze Railway, and to meet the peak siltation requirements, we will mobilization 3 more. So we will have like 6 hooper dredgers, and the biggest one is about 12,000 cubic meter, and the smallest I think is 3,000. So we have the different dredger fees to do the job and to make both the economic growth and the people's livelihood of the Yangtze River Delta region.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very
much,
Mr. Guo, for joining us. And now I would like to, just now I was telling our audience that the CCCC, or China Communications Construction Corporation, has a very wide range of business scope. For example, that bridges, ports, railways, and now I've seen something very interesting here. This, I can tell you, this is a tunneling machine, and tunneling machines are used to build tunnels, but most of them are horizontal, but this one is vertical. So I was really curious about why this is vertical, and for this I would like to invite another guest here. So welcome to CGTN, and first of all, please say hello to our audience.
Okay, hello everyone in front of the camera. My name is Zhang Haiting, and I'm working for CCCC Tianhe, which is a subsidiary of CCCC Group.
Right, so just now I was telling our audience that because this is a tunneling machine, but this is quite special. I've never seen this tunneling machine before, because usually the tunneling machine is horizontal for building tunnels, but this one is vertical. So why is this? Tell us something about it.
Okay.
I will hold this for you.
Okay, thank you. At first, I will give you a brief introduction about this model. This is a model of TBM called 首创 TBM. So why do we call it a 首创?
Yeah. So 首创 in English means first or invented.
Yes, because one of the important reasons is that it's the first vertical tunnel boring machine for hard rock with high altitude, large diameter, and large depth in the world. And this shaft is used in the tunnel, Tianshan Shengli Tunnel in Xinjiang Wuyue Expressway. Also, this tunnel is really long, up to 22 kilometers, so we need to meet the ventilation needs of the tunnel. That's why we designed and manufactured this really huge machine. And this machine, before that, there is almost no equipment for shaft construction, for super large and super deep shaft. So the traditional method of shaft construction is requires a large amount of labor, and the safety risk is really high, but the efficiency is really low. But the 首创 TBM will perfectly solve those problems. Yeah.
And just now you were telling that this is used in Xinjiang,
yeah.
and for building a tunnel that is a vertical tunnel. Right?
Yes, yes.
And tell us something more about these difficulties
Okay, it's for in ventilation for the Tianshan Shengli tunnel. It's just for ventilation, and there are some breakthroughs for this project, for this shield machine. Let me give you some examples about that. At first, the Tianshan, the 首创 TBM has applied an intelligent excavation technology, which realizing the unmanned brake shaft under the shaft, which will free the operators from the harsh natural environment. And what's more, the 首创 TBM has applied a brand new technology combining the process of excavation, lining, discharging, so which will avoid the disturbance on rocks than the traditional drill blasting method.
So from my understanding, that one of its breakthroughs is that just now you were saying that this is to break hard rocks.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So a quick introduction about tunneling machines, not only vertical tunneling machine, but all tunneling machines. So this serves like a moth. They have a lot of blades in there to cut those hard rocks and then to make it smaller and then transport all those waste materials into the ground. So this is how tunneling machines works, and this definitely is one of the breakthroughs in vertical ones and breaking hard rocks there. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. And now let's continue our tour around the expo here. And just now, I was introducing a vertical tunneling machine. That is rare. That is not very commonly seen. But this is, here we can see that this is a company for building tunneling machines. And these are tunneling machines of the horizontal ones that is more commonly seen in building tunnels. And also tunnels for a lot of reasons. For example, for railways and also for undergrounds. And here is another company, the China Railway Group Limited. They also have a lot of tunneling machines. So you see that even in China, there are a lot of competitions for tunneling machines. And in this expo, they are presenting their different models, their latest breakthroughs and technologies. And in this area, we still have a lot of other brands. We are going to head to our next stop. For those of you who just joined us, this is CGTN live streaming of the 7th China Brand Day, and today we are exploring the expo of Chinese brands. And just now we've visited different companies to showcase some of the latest breakthroughs and products. We've been to the pavilions of Shanghai. We're there. I've tried on an exoskeleton suit that has helped people to lifting heavy weight stuff. And we also visited some of the state-owned companies and showed some latest technologies. And nowadays, China has already become, the world itself has already become a brand in terms of a lot of aspects. For example, in the infrastructure, we have a lot of new breakthroughs that is shake the industry. And when mentioning China, we cannot. I believe a lot of you are familiar with China's bullet train, or we call it high-speed rail train. So next stop, we are going to CRRC, that is China Railway Rolling Corporation. This is the company. Well, the CRRC, the name might be a little bit strange to you, but if I mention some of the products of this company, you will definitely know this one, because they are the company that builds the Fuxing bullet train, the Fuxing high-speed railway that everyone is currently using right now. So now let's take a look at some of the models of the high-speed railways. So if you live in China, if you live in China, you will definitely know this is what we are using every day. These are the high-speed railway, high-speed trains. And for more, I'm joined by a representative from this company. So welcome to CGTN. And first of all, please say hello to our audience.
Okay. Can I speak Chinese?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Okay.
Let's look at the camera and introduce. 就是您首先给我们介绍一下您。
是，欢迎各位来宾下面我们首先看一下我们这个中车品牌这个参展的一个主题是做最贴近大众的一个工业品牌。然后我们这一块展示的内容一共分为4大板块，第一部分是走进中车，第二部分就是中车能做什么。然后后面就是中车有哪些优势，最后就是中车品牌文化具有哪些建设成果。那首先展现在大家面前的就是有4台车模，然后第一个就是时速350公里高铁快运动车组。那这一台动车组它也是实现了500到1500公里每小时这个中长途一个客运的一个达到5小时之内的一个到达，就有一个快速时效性。然后它有这个专用的这个货运的一个地板。然后它这个地板能实现一个手动、半自动一个锁紧然后还有能达到一个全自动的一个装卸的一个功能。
So this is what you are seeing right now. This is the model of high-speed railways that has the speed of 350 kilometers per hour.
OK， 这边是时速120公里 A 型中国标准地铁。然后它这个是构建了中国品牌。
And this is a model of China's undergrounds or tubes or subways.
OK， 这边是时速600公里高速磁浮交通系统。这边这个是中国中车牵头组织汇集30多家高校、企业，还有这些科研院所，然后共同研制了这一款时速600公里高速交通系统。它具有高速快捷，然后智能运维，然后这个检修维护成本低的一个特点。然后它的应用场景非常丰富，既可用于一个长途的运输，也可用于一个中短途的一个客运。然后它是填补了高空就是航空与高铁之间的一个速度空白。
So just now, what you are seeing, this model is a model of the maglev high-speed train and has a speed of 600 kilometers per hour. 那我有一个问题就是因为就是这个600公里的这个磁悬浮列车，它距我们真正能够用上，大概还有多久？
因为现在是这样，它21年的时候5辆车编组都已经下线，然后目前也是在推进这个高速实验。那它已经具备了一个成套的技术，还有一个工程化示范的一个条件。那就是在各个区域，现在目前有一个预留一个磁浮的一个通道。那后期就是很快也会有一个示范线建设然后目前在推进这件事情。对。
所以现在它实际上是在这个已经下线了，还是在这个准备过程当中？
现在也是在做后续的一个高速实验的一个过程，现在就是达到这个阶段。
Alright, so now it's still in tests, and the high-speed railway has already been constructed, but also now it's still are in the testing period. And this one, I've seen. The 3 characters, they means a lot to Chinese people. Fuxing Hao. This is the Fuxing, a model of the Fuxing bullet train, and from the patterns and colors of the train, we probably this one is for the Winter Olympics. 是2022年北京冬奥会的时候，我们的这个保障用车，对吧？
它是量身定制的，北京冬奥会还有一个冬残奥会。Yes， 它这个是首次采用这个北斗卫星导航系统。然后构建了这个空车地这一体化的一个智能运维系统。
All right. And So we know that China's high-speed railway is very famous. So, and last year a very important occasion is that for the first time China's high-speed railway went overseas. So tell us something more about this. 就是我们知道去年的时候，其实对于这个中国这个铁路其实是有这个里程碑的一年。我们这个中国的这个这个高速列车也出海了。您能不能给我们再介绍一下这方面的内容
？OK，雅万高铁高速动车组，这个是8辆车的一个4边4动的，就4拖4动的一个8辆编组。然后在22年11月份，然后国家习总书记同这个印尼的总统共同视频观摩了这个高速运行实验。然后这也表达了这个高速运行实验就是取得一个圆满成功。然后在今年的4月份，然后今年这个相当于出口国外的这个高铁列车第一单全部进行一个交货。
So this is the high-speed train that used for the Jakarta and the Bandung high-speed railway. This is completely constructed by China, and also we can call it the first deal or the first one that is of China's high-speed railway to go overseas. That is very important. And also with this high-speed railway, the transportation time from Jakarta to Bandung is expected to shorten from 3 hours to just 40 minutes. 就是其实我知道这个雅万高铁，这个当它通线了之后，它能够从这个雅加达到这个万代它之间的这个时间啊，从3个小时是能够降低到40分钟左右的。So definitely shorten the travel time needed and boosting economic development of that region. And tell us something about the model up there, the 澜沧号. Tell us something about that.
它是这个中老这个项目，这个是2个政府之间一个合作的一个重点项目。然后它也是它是9辆车的一个编组。能够实现100多公里的一个时速，也是实现了这个两国之间就是搭建了这个两国之间这个友谊的一个桥梁。
Right, absolutely. And so these are some of the models that for China Railway to go overseas, and this one is between China and Indonesia, and this one is the cooperation project between China and Laos. Definitely very important. In the future, probably we can expect more Chinese railways, Chinese bullet trains to be seen in other parts of the world. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us.
这个大国空间的一个技能展示，大家可以就是近距离可以观看一下。
And here they have they have a special how do we say? So what will he be presenting in here? 就是他是会在这里展示。
OK， 他可以。一个是那个蒙眼睛人，一个是配钥匙的一个功能，然后一个是通过搭了一张纸，然后放在这个气球的后面，然后它可以这么做，但是能把这个纸能打出孔，然后但这个气球不破，对，实现这2个功能。
All right, so this is for the craftsmanship to show the excellent working skills of some of the workers in your company. So can we have a look at right now, or 就是我们现在能就是看一下吗？
可以 ，OK， 是可以的。
做一个展示是吧？您给我随机拿一个锁给我，然后我把眼睛蒙上，然后就是用手来摸这个钥匙的形状，然后在蒙着眼睛的情况下，用锉刀把它这个钥匙的形状锉出来，把锁打开。您挑一个锁给我，我把眼睛蒙上。
So I will pick a
随便拿一个就行。
随便。锁
和钥匙要一起给我，好的。
好。
然后我就用手来摸这个钥匙的形状。
So now, he just now touched the patterns of this key, and he will make this key without even looking at the patterns, just feeling the patterns. So this really shows the excellent working skills of the workers in this company. He's making this key just by touching the patterns of the key and make a replica of the key, and we will see in our program later on to see whether his version, the key that he made right now, will open the lock in a while. And now it seems that the key has already been finished. And now he's going to open the lock. The lock is opened. The lock is opened. Well, that is quite amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Sun. So he just made a replica of the key just by touching the patterns without even looking at it. That is really amazing. Thank you very much. 谢谢您，谢谢您，给我们展示了这个高超的这个技艺。Thank you very much. So actually, this is very important because now we were talking about brand. The quality is quality and is always very important in for brand construction. Just by we see that Mr. Sun has shown us his excellent working skills, and just by those workers behind those companies, and that's, I believe, it's one of the very important aspects that push Chinese brands to move forward. And in these areas, if you come to the expo, you will see there are many other exhibitions. For example, here we have Comac, that is the company that builds China's first homegrown large passenger aircraft. This is CR929, but that is the one, C919, that is China's first aircraft. Passenger aircraft is also a very important landmark and breakthrough in 2022. And in this expo, you are going to see a lot of breakthroughs in the industry. And if you do have time, do come to the expo and experience yourself. And just now, and today, in the past hours, we introduced you to some of the technologies and breakthroughs. And do come if you have time to the World Expo venue for the Expo of Chinese brands. I'm CGTN reporter Wu Bing, and that's the end of our live streaming today. Bye for now.